Today we have Steve Leland from Voluntary Purchasing Group.
All right, thanks for spending some time with me this morning. Hopefully I'll take about 20, 25 minutes of your time. But my objective today is to go over three areas. First, I'd like to explain the VPG business model. And then second, I'd like to review some of our new products for 2019. And then also, finally, if we have some time, I'd like to shed some light on some of our existing products. But VPG is an acronym for the Voluntary Purchasing Group. We've got three divisions, as you can see here. We have Fertilome, Natural Guard, and High Yield. Fertilome I consider as our premium fertilizers and pesticides. For the most part, the ingredients have not only macro but also micronutrients. Our Natural Guard was developed in 1988. That is the organic division of Fertilome, such as spinosad, soaps, and BTs. And then we have High Yield. High Yield was developed in 1976. Very competitively priced products. And in general, I call them the non-branded simple product line, such as bone meal or blood meal. We've celebrated our 50th year anniversary last year, so obviously we're now 51 years in business. We are a debt-free business, and how we got started was dealers like yourself became tired of seeing products being introduced by the independent merchant, and then once those products became popular, those same products would shift to the mass merchant. And they got frustrated with that phenomena even 51 years ago. So a bunch of business owners got together and they purchased an existing business, which was called the United Chemical Company. They formed a co-op, and then they started manufacturing fertilizers in an ugly green bag. So I just want to quickly introduce myself. My name is Steve Leland. I mainly come out of the service side. I ran a lawn care business for 10 years, and I had my own lawn and landscape business for 10. And I cover, in essence, the Virginia area all the way up to Maine. Some of you are probably very familiar with Dave Taylor. Dave's been around for a while. Pretty much covered my territory for a number of years prior to hiring myself. Dave's very knowledgeable. He is, in essence, my go-to person. He knows this business very well, has been in the retail business for years. So he covers the Ohio, Kentucky, Indiana, and Michigan area. And then Tom Boyd is the very southern part, I believe, of your folks' territories. He does the southern Virginia area and the North Carolina area. This is the front cover of our 2019 catalog. So if you don't have one, hopefully you can get one from your rep. But I want to focus in this area here that's in blue. Let me highlight that right now. There are four main bullet points that, in essence, we represent and promote. And the first one, here, I can't see it here. Hold on a second. First one is ownership, then control, and then protection, and then profit. Let's go through the first one, the ownership. Ultimately, our goal is if a dealer acquires $5,000 of our product in a given year, a fiscal year, which runs from November 1st to October 31st, they automatically receive a dividend payment from us. We call it a patronage refund. So one of the fun things about my job right now is I literally have a stack of checks that I'm literally going to dealers and dropping off because they've earned this dividend payment. So in the early years of this payment, this check gets split. 80% goes into a stock fund, 20% goes into a cash fund. Now, once the dealer acquires 5,600 shares at $1.05 a share, they become fully invested in VPG, and in essence, a complete owner, we'll say, in our business. And then once they become that complete owner, then the dividend check, it doesn't get split anymore, and it's 100% cash. So control. They have a say in the products that we carry. Some of the ones that we're going to go through today, I'll show you where they've had an influence, where they've asked us to either bring back products or bring on a new product onto the market. Protection. I'd like to tell this story because this just recently happened. VPG will not sell to publicly owned or traded companies. This just recently happened with True Value. True Value was recently bought out by a publicly traded company, and our CEO felt like unless we changed our bylaws, we can no longer sell to them. So he literally sent them a letter and said, hey, look, I'm sorry, but we can no longer sell to you because you're now, quote unquote, a publicly traded company. So again, we put our money where our mouth is. I mean, we were talking several millions of dollars that we literally walked away from, and we held true to this concept and idea of protection that we will not sell to any publicly owned or traded company. And then profit, obviously it's the dividend check or the patronage refund that that we're trying to encourage you to get. Obviously, our goal is to keep our costs down as great as possible so that our products are very competitive to the mass merchant. But we've literally given over $290 million back to our retailer owners through the years. And if you haven't, if you'd like to know a little bit more about us, you can go on fertilome.com, and we do have a dealer locator on there. So if you are a current purchaser of our products, I would encourage you to try and make sure that you go on there to make sure that you are present. Obviously, the goal is to get folks, as they go into our website, to check out products that they need. They will type in their zip code and find the local dealer that is carrying our product. But check out the fertilome.com. I encourage you to do so. All right, let's go over some of the new products for this year. First is our brush killer and stump killer. Now, this is a product where our customers, the dealers, had requested. We had taken out this little brush cap that you see in the middle of the screen and just went with the concentrate in the bottle. They had asked for us to bring that back, and we did. So it's a great little product, and we also increased the size. Obviously, the goal here is to apply this within 45 minutes after the stump has been cut. Weed out nutsedge control. This one's a little controversial. We've switched our nutsedge control from halosulfuron to sulfentrazone. Now, I'd like to talk to all of you folks that are in New York State. I actually got together a couple weeks ago with the Department of Environmental Conservation under the Pesticide Product Registration Division, and I met with them, and I asked them specifically, is sulfentrazone and imidacloprid off the table? Would they even consider it to be registered in the state? And they said they would certainly consider it. So we are currently working right now. Sherry Hammond is the gal that does our registration. And the goal is to try, and we just got to get the correct nomenclature down so that they potentially will look at this and pass it. So anyway, this is new for us, the sulfentrazone. I'm pretty optimistic that we can work with some of these harder states to that registers products. And then we also have it in the RTU as well. I brought this slide up because we do have something that we call a Fertiblast. Tony Meyer, who's one of our sales reps, puts these together. My goal this year is to send these out to the reps, and hopefully they send them to you. They're just little information sheets that we blast out, so to speak, throughout the season. We try and make them as timely as possible. We do find that when dealers place these in their store somewhere, you definitely see an uptick in sales. All-purpose water-soluble plant food, straight 20. This, we changed the name in this product. The product itself hasn't changed, but the name did. It was called geranium hanging basket and pansy plant food, and we found that most folks were just buying this product only if they bought hanging baskets. So we thought it was pretty important to go ahead and change the name, and we did. One area where we're trying to cross-market like we've never done before is we do carry some soils. I'll go through that fairly quickly here at the end. We have a new succulent soil. We're combining it with the all-purpose water-soluble plant food. Did write an article. I think it was aired back in December. But we separated that succulent mix with the cactus mix because what we find is that succulents do need a little bit more moisture holding properties. And as a result, we have our own specific succulent mix that's gotten quite popular. And again, we do have some marketing pieces where we advertise and cross-market some of our other products with it. Chameleon Adaptable Hose End Sprayer. This is another product that folks wanted us to bring back. We had an old version of it and got rid of it for whatever reason years ago, and now we brought it back. The neat feature with this one is that you can actually attach the concentrate bottles to it if you don't want to have to deal with it or pour it into the jug. There's 2 different size tubes, so this will work with pint and quart bottles. One tube is 6 inches long, and the other tube is 11 inches long as well. Spinosad soap. We've added the soap to our Spinosad. What this enabled us to do was it increased the label so it'll attack spider mites, Japanese beetles, and Colorado beetles. So just another product, and we have the ready to spray, and also the concentrate form. Organic tomato and vegetable food. I'd like to, it's hard to see, but in this one picture here on the top right of the bag, we have what's written called Biosome. Basically, Biosome is a product that we work with Jobs, who makes Job steaks, and that Biosome contains what we call archaea, microorganisms that help release the nutrients quicker. Plus, it also enables this product to work better in hot weather and cold weather. It extends it. So what's unique about this product is it definitely focuses a lot on the soil. There's 4 types of beneficial bacteria, 4 types of mycorrhizae, and archaea in the product itself. Bug Blaster above and below. We changed the active ingredient. The current Bug Blaster is bifenthrin, but this one we've added the 2, the lambda cyhalothrin and the imidacloprid. Obviously, I call it sort of the dumbed-down version for folks. It covers not only surface-feeding insects. I know in my area in Pennsylvania, typically deal with chinch bugs, and then your subsurface is your grubs. Fire ant control, I don't deal with this one a whole lot, but we in essence changed the active ingredients, very similar to the previous product. Our current actives are acetate and deltamethrin. This one, again, we go back to the zeta cypermethrin and the bifenthrin, so a dual action, a little bit stronger product. And the Turf Ranger 2, again, very similar to the fire ant control, has the dual action, and that's new for us. Or the current active in the Turf Ranger is the deltamethrin. Manganese sulfate is another one. Helps prevent manganese deficiency. It's primarily in palm trees. This is another one in the south they were specifically asking for us to make, and we did it. Just have a quick picture here on the chlorosis. And then again, we also have some further blast sheets on that. Backpack sprayer. The unique feature with this, again, we found folks were asking us for the a larger backpack sprayer, and that wand. Apparently, you can bend that thing pretty well without it breaking. So anyway, just something that we added to the high yield line. And then that suggested retail is $69.98. And then we have the trigger spray, the small 32 ounce. That suggested retail is $1.98 for that product. All right, little quick change of pace here. I thought that was a pretty funny slide. Hopefully you enjoy it. Let's go through some of our active current products, and then we'll be done. One of the areas that I'm dealing with in Pennsylvania, but I'm finding it's actually affecting not only just Pennsylvania, but New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, and now New York, is this spotted lanternfly. I made a little Fertoblast informational sheet on that if you're interested in it, for those of you that cover those areas. And so I also put together a little suggested product order. Been working somewhat with Emily Swackhammer, been over and visited with her. They are promoting some of our products in some informational pieces. This is something that I do drop off that I recommend folks consider for an end cap. I also put the page number that they can find the product in the catalog. So if you are interested in that, just let me know. Be glad to send that over to you. One of those products is our tree and shrub systemic drench. It's a nice product, pretty simple to use. It's the rates on that, it's 1 ounce per inch of distance around the trunk or the circumference for trees. And for shrubs, it's 3 ounces per foot of height of the plant. So a pretty simple product, but it works really well. It's one of the products that we're strongly suggesting folks go out the door with and place on those trees that are susceptible. And triple action is another one that we're strongly promoting and trying to control at least the spotted lanternfly. But obviously it covers a whole host of other insects as well. And it does everything, insecticide, miticide, and a fungicide. Just a couple other products I wanted to present. Our fungicides, we've got various different types of fungicides. We have Daconil, we've got Eagle in the granular form. We also have it in a liquid form, and Banner. Again, these are just this kind of spaghetti against the wall on some of these things that I just wanted to show and share this morning. And one unique product that we do have is the fire blight spray. I don't know of anyone else that actually has this product, but something that we have that you might be interested in. One unique feature with VPG, with us being a national firm, is we don't have a cookie cutter 4-step program. We sell individual bags, and then we work with you to put together the program. We actually can create a banner that we will pay for, but each area is different. So what you do down south is different from what you do up north. One of the things that I had done was I created this various ideas of a step program. I wasn't real big on the 4-step program, and I felt like people were looking for different options. So I developed a 2-step, a 3-step, a 4-step, and a 5-step program. So it just depends upon how aggressive they care to be with it, and we can combine all this and do whatever you think is most important. Some folks have certain programs in certain areas that are different from my thoughts. So anyway, we give you that flexibility or that independence, we'll say, to create your own lawn program. So kind of a fun little piece there. Illustrates the point. There's more than a few ways to skin a cat here, I guess. And again, we can come up with a banner that we can create for you. We'll put it all together, design it, and in many cases even pay for it. Just running through a couple of the products. We have a broadleaf weed control with Gallery. That's real big down south. So is this next one, St. Augustine Weed and Feed. And I'll be down south in Newport News area this coming weekend. We'll be selling quite a bit of that. The turf and ornamental weed and grass stopper. It's a straight dimension. It's great for landscape beds, and you can also put it in the lawn. Doesn't have any fertilizer in it, so it won't create any surge of growth if you're interested in that. We've got a dimension product with the same rate plus fertilizer. One thing that I wanted to mention here on our lawn foods, we have, it says here 20-4-4 fertilizer with 5 micro. That's 5 micronutrients. In all of our fertilizers, we have these 5 nutrients on the lawn care side. They are boron, iron, copper, manganese, and zinc. And they're quite important, particularly anymore. It just seems like the weather is getting quite severe or strong. And all those products, all those micronutrients obviously are quite beneficial. You'll definitely see a big difference in the application of our fertilizers. And I think one of the main reasons is because of these micronutrients. For all seasons, we have a prodiamine, which is a barricade. It's a pre-emergent only. It doesn't have any post-emergence characteristics like Dimension, but it's for all seasons. It's a good product. You just have to put it down before that crabgrass hits into the third tiller stage. This is one of my favorite products that we don't really talk about. It's a Weed Out Pro Turf. It's got your fertilizer. It has your Trimec. It also has your 5 micros. But the nice feature here is the dimension is 0.160. It's much higher. As you get deeper into the season and get close to the summer, you do want to increase that dimension rate. So if you can do that, this product has that higher levels of dimension. The question here was, are all of the products approved for sale in the Northeast region? And yes, I will say yes to that. And then we do have your basic weed controls with fertilizers as well. So here you just, again, it's a fertilizer with the weed control, different types. This is one for the South for dollar weed. A basic weed and feed in the high yield. It's fairly popular because, again, it's less expensive with really good, strong margin. Then we have your straight fertilizers with iron. Some have sulfur in it, really greens up the lawn. Iron is a little agronomic trick to green up a lawn. Lawn food plus iron, again. And then we have it with phosphates. That's if you're allowed to have the phosphates. I think this is a good product to add if you have a customer or a dealer that has Scott's, has Jonathan Green, has another form of program, so to speak. The new lawn starter fertilizer is a good one to add to the arsenal without interrupting the four-step concept. And then we have the winterizer. We have it for southern lawns. See the little picture there that one of our customers sent, and also for northern lawns as well. That one's got phosphates in it too. One of the reasons why I was pretty excited about working for VPG is because the weed controls that we have. This is what's called Weed Out, a little bit less expensive. It's a straight Trimec. There's 3 active ingredients in there, and you have it in a concentrate in the ready to spray. We have it with crabgrass, and we also have the weed-free zone with carfentrazone. This is a great product because you can use it even when the temperatures are say, low, 40 degrees to all the way up to 90 degrees. I find this product does a great job on harder to control weeds, like it says there, wild violets, clover, ground ivy. Just a great product to add to any, say, 4-step program. Because one of my frustrations with the 4-step program is the only time they actually address weeds is in step 2, late spring. Well, weeds are actively growing all throughout the summer months into the fall. And ideally, from the studies that we've done, the best time to control weeds is in the fall. So this is a great product to go around and spot treat the weeds, I say, once a month, and you'll have a great looking lawn. A little bit more spaghetti on the wall, I'll say, is our tomato and pepper set. It's a pretty popular product. And you mix that one with this yield booster with the calcium. Keep the tomatoes looking good. I think that's a quite popular product. Blooming and rooting, this is another product that, I don't know, those folks that are growing cannabis are seemingly gravitating towards this with that high level of phosphorus. We typically do like to sell this in combination with the triple 20. Hibiscus and tropical plant food, that was a popular one. That was a new product for us last year. Hopefully it's another popular one this year. And our tree and shrub food, what's unique about this is that it contains what we call penetrating action. You don't need to dig any holes. You don't need to shove anything into the ground. You just go ahead and sprinkle it around the tree itself, and it will naturally meander itself down into the soils and help it enhance the tree. Just another picture here that a customer sent us. Azalea evergreen food with systemic. I find a lot of folks do like having the systemic in there along with the food. Same thing, another one, rose and flower food with systemic. Then the Natural Guard line, the reason why I wanted to put this in here is we've tried to color coat the Natural Guard with the Fertilome. So like on this product here, the bug slug and snail bait, you'll notice there in the middle there's a blue stripe there. If it's got a blue stripe, it's considered an insecticide. If it's yellow, it's considered a fungicide. If it's red, you have a red stripe, it's considered a herbicide. And if it's green, it's considered a fertilizer. So, and that may be a water-soluble or with a herbicide. So we try and color code these things so that they all match together. Just another plant food that's got that green. Soils, I find a lot of people don't even know we sell soils. We do work with the Lambert family. Obviously, we sell the peat moss. We have a potting mix here. that we sell. We have the organic garden soil, but the ultimate potting mix is the big one that we sell quite a bit of. I just wanted to, again, I'm just throwing this out here at you. We have all free POP. I thought this banner was pretty funny. Why wait for a miracle when you can have it now? The ultimate potting mix. We have chloroplast signs, scan sheets, and all that stuff, and that's all no charge. That's part of the package. And then we've got your individual along with your succulent mix. One of the things that I find that we do is we typically like to try and increase our active ingredients to be a little bit more competitive, I'll say. This is one where we have a 38% permethrin. So most you can put in a jar, so to speak, without it turning into a solid. We have a 55 malathion spray. Garden Pet and Livestock Dust is also a fairly popular product that we have, the permethrin. And then we have an inexpensive form of Preen, so to speak, Treflan here, the herbicide granules. That's also a very popular product in the high yield line. I'm getting close to the end here. Part of my goofiness here. Folks that have had us for a long time have known of us for a long time are quite familiar with our Kills-All product. I know that the glyphosate is certainly becoming an issue or is an issue. And those folks that have Roundup, say, on their shelf, I'm finding that a lot of them are pulling it off, but they are looking for an alternative. We are sort of under the radar right now. We have the Kills-All Quick. This is really where we're going at this stage, where in our Quick, the glyphosate rate is dropped down to 2%. Typically, it's anywhere from 18.8% all the way up to 43%. And then we mix it with the pelargonic acid. That acid enables the glyphosate to get in the plant quite quickly, and we do find that you could see visible results within 3 hours, rain-proof in 10 minutes. So this is really where we're going when it comes to the glyphosate issue. Just again, it's more spaghetti on the wall. We have an aquatic herbicide. It's got a higher rate there. Same with the total vegetation killer, 365. With the Mazapir. We do carry these products. Our Super Kills-All weed and grass killer, I'm hoping this fall that I can work with Steve Marut and we can do some kind of special in the 2.5-gallon jug. But what's unique about this here is in our 41% glyphosate is it's got 2 surfactants. So it's double the surfactant, so it works extremely well. I think that's the main reason why our product has been quite popular for those that have used it. And then obviously we have the organic version of the Kills-All product. So we do know that we've got to start doing some more research to try and move away from glyphosate. So this is an option right here. And then again on the high yield side, I just wanted to throw this out here so you can see it. We do have the blood meal. I call these non-branded products. The people, when they walk into the store, if they know they want blood meal, well, here it is. These are good products to start with if you're not too familiar with VPG. Bone meal, and we have a combination of the two. Cottonseed meal, manganese sulfate. And then our superphosphates. This is also becoming quite popular for growers. And then we have a triple superphosphate, 45%. And I'm almost done here. Snake repellent, that was also quite popular at one of the shows that I went to. And then spreader sticker, very popular product. We try and encourage that as an upsell, so to speak, with many of the products. And then stump removal, I put this one in there because I'm having to deal with stumps myself in my yard. So anyway, I'm here at the end here. I just thought it was a pretty funny slide. I think one of our goals this year is just to try and market ourselves and draw. We hope to be one of the reasons why individuals are coming to the independent garden center rather than the box stores, that we get a little bit more creative in our marketing. I am currently advertising in the Gardener News. I'll put a plug in for that newspaper, and also on radio with Bloomers in the Garden. So we're starting to do a little bit more, I'll say, in this Northeast area to try and promote the VPG brand. So we're hoping that spring is in the corner, is right around the corner. If you don't get my weird humor here, but as I'm speaking right now, it's just starting to snow here in Pennsylvania. So hopefully we can get a nice early start and have a good season this year. This is just something I'd just like to leave you with. This is a little tagline that one of our sales reps has at the bottom of his emails. I just thought you would enjoy it. It said, did you know when you spend $100 at an independent business, $68 returns to the local community? Spend that same $100 at a national chain, and it drops to $43. And that is it. I certainly appreciate your time. If you have any questions, please feel free to give either one of us a call, myself, Dave, or Tom, and we're certainly here to help you, and thank you for your attention.